Game over.
And what is up? Welcome back. It's Sunday night. You're here with the Average Boys Podcast. It's your boy Crispy, and I am joined by absolutely no one right now, but the boys will be coming back in a little bit. But thank you guys for tuning in, as always, here on the Sunday night with the Average Boys Podcast. What a crazy week it's been, right? We are getting ready to kick off the new year soon. We had Christmas last week, and it was nice. It was cool. Now we're going into 2025. We'll have a new president coming in a couple of days. We'll have a whole new year to look forward to. Super exciting times that we get to be looking at. 2025 leads to be a cool year. I know we just got some information recently that was like, pushback on the Batman. A couple of films have been being pushed back, and we're going to be talking about all that stuff today. But yeah, the week was really cool, man. Got to finally get out and train with my guys at CSI with Mike and Mike Moldrick, the guy one of my homies, and Johnny from CSI. Like, I appreciate them so much. They opened up the doors to me and my students, and we had a great time cross training and just giving ideals to each other. Got to post up some pictures, so if you guys follow me, like, it was super nice of you guys to watch and stuff like that. But yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff going on this week. A lot of crazy stuff, right? Of course, I think the thing that's got the biggest motion right now is the DC universe. And of course, Marvel is picking up right now. They just dropped my boy Clean Shaven. Yeah, got to look a little nice and clean. It was for the holidays, dude. Miguel, what's up, man? How's it going, guys? Good to see you and Biggie, man. It's been going good, dude. Christmas stuff, Biggie. I got to get you out with us, man. We had a cool meetup with a bunch of friends yesterday. And I know you'd probably dig it, but I don't know what you've been doing. And I know you've been with family and stuff like that, but got to get you out with us, dude. It's been a cool week, man. Next week, we do have, I want to say, United Collectors Expo is coming up this coming week. Super excited, doing some gaming, some downtime and all that stuff. Of course, I've been working and doing all that stuff. And yeah, man, biggest thing for me right now is I've been trying to get my students back in order with opening up our gym, getting back on the ball. 2025 is going to be a good year for that. But super exciting times for films and stuff like that. Right now, we got, of course, Star Wars Skeleton Crew. We're going to be talking about that. What If Season 3 dropped a couple of, I think, like last week or something like that, a couple of episodes or whatever. But I believe that the final episode came out. I heard it was like super crazy. I haven't even gotten to it. I've seen a couple episodes. What did you guys think of What If? Let me know in the comment section. Creature Commando popped off with some stuff, and Creature Commando has some really interesting things going on for the DC universe, especially since, like, James Gunn already acknowledged the fact that Creature Commando is going to be like the first kickoff notion for the DC universe going forward. All the actors that are playing the characters in the show that are voice acting are going to be playing them in live action also. So you can take with that the assumption that whatever the way the characters look in the animated series, this is exactly how they're going to be looking in the live action, which is pretty cool because we just got Clayface, and Clayface looked pretty fucking dope, man. Looked pretty fucking dope. It didn't look like corny. It didn't look cheesy. Robert put, I've been seeing a lot of Howard the Duck stuff. Can't believe he got my baby mom, dude, because he hooked up with Darcy, right? He hooked up with Darcy in the What If series. That was silly, man. That was crazy as hell. And and what did you think of Squid Games? I have not been able to catch Squid Games. It was really under the radar. I didn't see any advertisement that it popped off or anything like that. So I was kind of like bummed out because, of course, just like you guys, what's up, Sal? Good to see you in the comments, man. Just like you guys, Squid Games became this like astronomical show. Like it was super, super popular. Everyone loved it. But I didn't see any advertisement for it dropping the second season, man. So I'm kind of like, I'm a little behind. I didn't get to watch it yet. But Miguel, what did you think about it, dude? Did you kind of like it? Comparing it to the first season, Creature Commandos is pretty good. Yeah, it's got its ups and downs, but it's pretty cool. I think it's all right. And I'm caught up to the episode where what episode did I get to watch? I got to see some of them. I saw the one with Weasel, and I got to see some highlights for the one where they're what are they doing? They're fighting fucking Clayface. Yeah, they're going after Clayface or some shit. So yeah, I wanna ask Brian and Triggs what they're thinking about it, because Brian's really liking that show. So I'm gonna have to ask him. I need to watch it. I haven't watched it. Yeah. But Skeleton Crew, I'm all caught up on. What did you guys think of Skeleton Crew? That's what I want to know. I really enjoyed it, but it was super short season. For What If or Creature Commandos? Oh, my bad. Squid Games. It's so. What's up, Big John? Corpus Christi in the house, man. What's up, brother? What's up? So when they released Squid Games, did they release like the whole season? Is that what they did? Because I'm super confused, man. Like I said, yeah, happy Sunday. What's up, Chrissy? Good to see you. I want to ask one thing. If you guys, I didn't get to ask you guys this, anybody in the comment section last week, your reaction on the Superman trailer, let me know in the comment section and what you guys are thinking about it. And they just dropped Spider-Man Year One, the animated series trailer. If you can, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I just saw it. Okay, so Squid Games is only 7 episodes. Wow, that's crazy. And I wanted to ask if you guys got to see the What If series, because the What If series, again, a couple episodes in, I am lacking the last episode, which I heard is like fucking super crazy. But I got to see the Western one, and I got to see the one before that and before that and before that. So real crazy stuff, real crazy. But yeah, let me know. And not only that, I like it. Sweet. Tell me what you think, though. Tell me which one's your favorite episode. What are you digging? And it's real crazy because someone had popped off on some social media post or something like that. And while I was considering on all the stuff that the What If series was doing, I had mentioned that there is a scene that got dropped as a highlight video, right? Sal, maybe you'll remember this, right? Where all the characters, it's like Storm, Captain Peggy Carter, some bird chick named Birdie, which I don't even know what the fuck that means. The Native American girl that they created for the first season or the second season of What If, they're all like in a ship, right? And I don't know if the ship is like Captain Marvel's ship or the Guardian ship, or if it's supposed to be like a life raft created by one of the Fantastic Four guys. But when I was watching this, someone was trying to explain to me like, oh my God, it's so cool. All of this, like, you know, all these characters, and Birdie's badass. I think it's the daughter of this and that. And in my mind, I was like, yo, why is What If right now giving me like reminiscence of the Exiles comic? And if you guys are out there, and if you guys don't read comic books, there was a comic book that was written a while back. It's called The Exiles. And it was a bunch of characters that were like these offset multi-dimensional versions of different characters that would go around and literally do what the What If like multi-dimensional Avengers were doing. And yeah, that one scene when they're all together, and of course Peggy Carter being in the front and center, she is the front and center of the 2018 comic book of the Exiles when she got popular again, when she was the Captain Britain character or Captain America or whatever they call her. Yeah, isn't it kind of weird though? Because like, okay, opinion, right? So Sal in the Comic Guys is super crazy when it comes to like his knowledge of comic books. So I'm gonna kind of shoot this out there, and you guys let me know what you think. The Exiles comic book was always fun, but it wasn't big. It's just like the What Ifs back in the 90s. The What If comic books were fun. They were always based, and this is what the What If series does. It was always based on one like critical event in the Marvel universe where someone was like, oh man, it would have been crazy if it went this way, but Marvel took it that way for the canonized universe of the 616 to go in a certain direction. And then some writer would go back and be like, oh, well, you know what? It'd be cooler if this happened. So let's write like a little comic book about it or whatever. and it would sometimes pop off, and the majority of the time kind of wouldn't. Like the What If series was just like a run-of-the-mill comic book, and I didn't quite understand. Well, yo, what's up, David? Good to see you, my man. Good to see you, brother. I kind of got the financial reasoning for the idea of the What If series for Marvel to make it. It's a really cool throwaway idea to kind of like create more shows, throw whatever you want, build, kind of do what Marvel did back in the 50s and the 60s. They used to have this saying that was like, throw spaghetti on the wall, and whichever noodle sticks you stick with. They would throw just a bunch of random characters, Condiment Man, and well, he's from DC, but like, you know what I mean? Like they would throw a bunch of weird characters, Stilt Man and the Cricket or whatever, and whatever character got some type of traction, then Marvel would make a series about it, right? What If was a really good series for them to play with. And then later on, when What If wasn't as big in the early 2000s to mid like 2015s, the comic book The Exile started coming out. And that one was crazy because it just took multiversal situations where you're kind of like, if you read comic books, you would understand, oh, there was an event that happened. I remember that, but this is the universe, kind of like Age of Apocalypse, kind of like the Children of Atoms, all of those like smaller series or whatever, where those series just kept going on. The Civil War, if Iron Man won, like what universe? And that worked very well for the Battle World comic book, which was Secret Wars, Jonathan Hickman, and all that stuff. It worked very, very well for that series to create Battle World, and for them to create, what's up, Pam? Good to see you, my dude. Create a bunch of series that they could just make around the Battle World and during that arc to make extra cash, right? But actually had a What If comic released for a time. Yeah, the Marvel did, but it stopped, and then it turned into the Exile series. But then again, the Exile series maybe caught on a little bit, but it never continued. Like it kind of just like it worked for a little bit, and then it lost its flavor because there was never, in my opinion, this is my opinion on it. It never really had an impact on the Marvel universe as the 616. You would read it, be like, oh, that's cool. And then when the comic book would end, nothing would really happen. I really think the What If series is doing okay with this because it's initiating some interesting characters, which I do believe Marvel will grab some of them and use them in the film variation of Secret Wars and Battle World. But there's no there's no foundation of these characters. There's no like investment. And that's the kind of thing that kind of like, I don't think it's going to work. Let me go back. Let me read a little bit. Oh, I got the hiccups. Jesus Christ. John says he was expecting something bigger, bigger dog or a smarter breed. Yeah, no kidding. Chrissy says Crypto definitely looks lame. Do you think so for reals? Oh man, I don't know. I kind of thought he was a cute dog, but he looks so like in the comic books, Crypto is more of like a Labrador. I think he's more of like a Labrador. And in this one, he looks like, I don't know what they're called, like a fucking, the ones that fucking you play Frisbee with, and they have them, the ones that jump off your back and they dance in circuses, and they have a fuckload of energy, man. So like when that part where Superman's like, Crypto, take me home or whatever, like I saw a meme where like it just like licks his face and it just like fucking like plays with him and shit instead of taking him home. Like I think he's just gonna be really static. But I don't know. I want to ask you guys, because that's a really, really good topic, right? Do you think the introduction of Crypto in a DC Marvel live action is a good idea if he's not like the main purpose of it? Like, because again, like Chrissy's mentioning in the comment section that there's super pets. Like there's a whole like genre of like childlike films that the super pets deserve to be in, because in the comic books, again, it's cute, but no one really buys the comics. Really, really small. Oh, Triggs is coming, baby. Triggs is coming. But seeing Crypto in a live action where later on we see that the Fortress of Solitude is going to get attacked. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how I'm going to feel if I end up seeing or watching the film and something like, you know, Lex Luthor or whoever the villain's going to be. Of course, people are saying it's Ultraman. Is going to fuck up Crypto, dude. Like, I don't know how I can handle that, knowing that you're going to get there and like, what's up, Danny? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. Like, I need to know. If we're watching the Superman movie, which a lot of pressure is going to be on James Gunn and making a really great, yeah, dude, Chrissy knows, a really great Superman film, he has to hit it hard. Even if he plans later on doing like an all-star Superman, wiping out Superman, having him have like a Kryptonian heart attack or whatever it is, like that's fine. But he has to hit the ground so solid with Superman, because if he ruins Superman, I don't believe anybody gives a complete shit about the DC universe as a whole if he ruins Superman. Batman is still kind of like up in the air, right? It's a little bit yes or no. And the reason why I say this is because they were originally going to create a new Superman, do the Super Sons and do all that stuff, but there's a lot of talks right now with the way the Penguin show went and its success on HBO Max that James Gunn is really considering just bringing in Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves, who's the director of the show, as the Batman of the new DC EU universe, which, I mean, I'm okay with. I was kind of against like the Elseworld idea of them having the Joker movies and then Ben Affleck have his Batman series and then them be like, well, we're going to switch it out. We're going to get a whole new Batman. But at the same time that we're going to use that Batman in our ongoing DC universe, we're going to have Matt Reeves's Batman doing a whole other thing on his own. Like, I kind of feel like it was a mistake to have so many of those going on at the same time. What I do think is a good idea is bringing Matt Reeves's Batman into the James Gunn universe, but we cannot allow, or I wouldn't think it would be a smart move for James to allow James Gunn to turn anything in the Batman universe, like for him to jump in and start to like tell Matt Reeves what he can do, because I think he's doing okay. The Penguin series, if you haven't seen it, is like a hard 9 to a 10 in my rating. I went in there skeptical because of the fact when I saw the Batman movie, I thought the pacing was off. We all talked about it a long time ago, where it was like, it was cool when it started, but then when we really got to the nitty gritty, like we were like, hey, you know what? This Batman is kind of Robert Pattinson did okay as Batman, but I think he did pretty bad as Bruce Wayne. But I think that's because of the writing that Matt Reeves did. He kind of wrote Bruce Wayne as this kid that doesn't know how to find himself at his early ages. He doesn't know how to play it, which, I mean, giving him, you know, some respect. You look at the Christian Bale Batman in the first movie, there was a point where he came back from training with Ra's al Ghul. You know, he's like super hard. He doesn't want to deal with any of the people in the litigation and the politics or being Bruce Wayne because he's not a rich kid. He wants to stop crime. He wants to do this and that. And he realizes that that alone cannot fix the problem. And he needs to have a dichotomy of being Batman and Bruce Wayne. But it's so crazy to see that the way that they write his character as a story writer, which is very good, that he chooses to say that himself is Batman and his secret identity is Bruce Wayne. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think that's a really, really, really great way of kind of putting it. And I kind of feel like he went that way. But yeah, you see, I'm not going to lie. Sal even says it. Matt Reeves's Batman is trash. He wrote it very weird. But Sal, I got to ask you in the comment section if you got to see the Penguin show, because that's still Matt Reeves in the same universe, the Rogues Gallery of Batman, writing for the Penguin, and tell me what you thought of that. Going back a little bit, reading Super John Wick include James Gunn's got to be smart and add the pets. You think so? You think the pets is a good thing? Oh shit. I don't know, man. I don't know, because okay, we all saw the Superman trailer. And I was not one of those dudes watching the trailer like crying that it was the most amazing thing. It didn't give me hope. Because I knew what to expect, because I have a statute of limitation of what I hold a Superman film to be, which again, I'll go back and say it too. I really wasn't. I didn't think the Man of Steel movie was like a super super great Superman movie. I thought it was okay, but I didn't think it was like super spectacular and awesome 9 out of 10 or whatever the fuck. I thought it was like mediocre 7. But but you know, I went into this trailer knowing, okay, I already know Superman. I know Lex Luthor. I know fucking Jimmy Olsen. I know fucking Lois Lane. I know all these characters. And then all of a sudden in the first movie, without even being introduced to like any of like how the character, because there's always different iterations of Superman's origin story. And I get it. A lot of people are out there are like, I don't need an origin story. Fuck that. But it does make a lot of sense. If you look at the Man of Steel story, Jonathan Kent dies like in the stupidest fucking way possible. And Henry Cavill's Superman is going through this trauma of losing his father and trying to be a better man at an older age, but knowing that he's taking his father's lessons, life lessons, and telling him you cannot trust your superpowered identity to be out there in public because people will hate you or they'll go crazy or they'll say something about it. And that's a weird Superman because usually the Supermans we get, Jonathan Kent and Martha Kent, are usually still alive at a later part after he's Superman. So both of them are there. And then later on, Jonathan dies of a heart attack. And then, you know, it's Martha and Superman living their life together. You know, he takes care of his mom and all this other stuff. And it kind of went in that way. But again, Henry Cavill's father, Jonathan, died before he became suited Superman. So it's a little weird. So I wonder if we see in the trailer that Jonathan Kent is there with him, right? Which is the big guy from Constantine, the dude that's drinking the alcohol in that one scene. HBK Cruz says they should start the Smallville series. Oh, well, you know what, dude? You have to, if you haven't seen the Lois and Clark series that they just dropped. It just came to a season finale, and it ended in such a dynamically awesome way, dude. Watch the new Lois and Lane show. You will not be disappointed. Let's see. I should say the person they got to play Batman is trash. Okay, so Sal's not really a big fan of Robert Pattinson, which is understandable. Chrissy agrees with Sal on that. And John says, I don't hate Robert Pattinson's Batman, but I'm not looking forward to it either. He seems to be a better Bruce Wayne than a Batman. Yeah, I mean, when we reviewed the Batman film, I was very disappointed the way Matt Reeves made Batman kind of like a dumb dude. Like he's very like unintelligent when he's supposed to be like the greatest mastermind and tactician in the DC universe. Oh, dude, you saw it, Cruz? Oh, dude, it's so good, man. It's so good. But yeah, and not only that, I know there's an animated series that's going on right now that a lot of people are like, hey, dude, it's really, really well. He says Chrissy says the Riddler was the best character in that movie, which of course she's talking about the Batman. So you like the Riddler based on like a what's that dude's name? The serial killer from a long time ago. I can't even think of his name because I'm not even into that stuff. The Zodiac Killer, right? The Zodiac Killer. Okay, that's interesting, man. That's interesting. The only thing I didn't like about the Riddler in the film was the weird like social media 4chan, like, hey everybody, let's meet up and wear masks and rally or whatever. I thought that was stupid as fuck. I thought it was really dumb. I actually preferred Lois and Clark. That was a great show. Yeah. Lois and Clark. Which one though? This one or the one with Dean Cain? The Dean Cain one was pretty good. I mean, Smallville was fucking awesome too, man. It never fails that the Superman character, even though it's like the biggest name, can make television shows because they never put Batman in any of the fucking live actions except for the crossover where they brought in the voice actor from the animated series to play the Kingdom Come Batman, right? That was pretty cool. But they never put in a Batman in those series, and it's super weird because Superman's in all of them. Yeah, the Riddler in Gotham was really, really good. The Riddler in Gotham. So was the guy that did the Joker, but he did like 2 or 3 different roles, right? Yeah, definitely this one in Smallville. Yeah. I agree. Man, the DC universe needs a lot of love right now, guys. Like it needs a lot of love. I know if you guys saw online, they were talking about that the Superman trailer was one of the top 10 highest grossing trailers that has ever been seen online and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's a fucking trailer, dude. Like I don't give a shit if you're going to give an award to a trailer. What we need to see is, because the idea is you can sell me something in a trailer, and then we go to the theater and it's a complete mess. You look at Kraven the Hunter, you look at Madam Web, you look at fucking Suicide Squad, the first one, much less the second one. You know, you look at the trailers, the trailers look amazing. And then they drop the ball, the Venom movies even, you know what I mean? It's all the Sonyverse. Fuck the Sonyverse, guys. Fuck it to hell. Like the trailers can sell. And there was this thing, and I was talking about Brian and the guys about this last week, that there was the first time the trailer was dropped, it was watched over there in Warner Brothers, and they were bringing in workers that worked in Warner Brothers and people that worked on other films and on set or whatever to come and see this, like, ooh, here's the first cut of the trailer. And all of them thought it was shit. All of them thought it was really bad. And then James Gunn goes back, redoes the trailer, puts out the one that he said, and everyone was like, yo, the trailer looks good. But Brian last week, what a G, man. He brought up a really good point, and he's like, you know what? Like, none of the trailer show me Superman. Like, they show me Superman doing Superman shit, flying, punching, you know, doing whatever the fuck Superman does when he gets there. But there's not showing me the actor playing Superman or Clark Kent or talking or saying anything. It's just quick shots. And that kind of, like, when he brought that up, that kind of worried me. And I was like, dude, what if this Superman guy, what if the guy that's playing the Superman, like, what if he's just like fucking sour, dude? Like, what if he's not good? Like, what if, like, the action sequences of those moments look really well, but like everything else is weird? My biggest concern about the Superman trailer was there's a lot of shit in that trailer for a 2-hour movie. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping. The trailer was, I mean, it was nice. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but can you imagine in a 2-hour film? And this is what happened with I want to say Man of Steel. No, Batman versus Superman. That was where I kind of correlated the trailer for this to that, because the man, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Batman versus Superman had a fuckload of things going on. It had the Batman Superman dynamic. It had the Superman dealing with kryptonite dynamic. It had the General Zod being brought back to life or whatever dynamic. No, wait, was that the same one? See, I can't even fucking remember. Because Doomsday, right? See, I can't even fucking remember. It's so weird. The Doomsday character, right? The fucking weird Zod character they brought back to life. Yeah, that's right. He ends up being Doomsday, which of course, like, Doomsday is, if not the number one villain for Superman. That alone should be a trilogy, because we know it's the life, the death, and the rebirth of Superman in the comic books. That's a 3-part film, and they did it in one fucking movie. And then they did like Batman First Class, where they got him zip lining through the lightning and fighting. And then they brought in Wonder Woman, and it was their introduction to the trilogy. And then the death of Superman. And there was a lot of stuff in that movie. And when you look at this trailer, you have Superman being Superman. You have the birth of Lex Luthor. You have the engineer from the Authority. You have Krypto. You have Ultraman, who's from another universe. That's the evil version of Superman, which is probably going to be just a guess out of the dark, but it would be really badass if this Ultraman was Henry Cavill. I'm just saying, it would be really dope if he was an evil version of Superman. You have Lex Luthor destroying the Fortress of Solitude. You have a kaiju. Then you have Guy Gardner, John Stewart, Hawk Girl, and then all of a sudden you have Mr. Terrific in the thing, and then you have Metamorpho, which hasn't even been introduced to the people in live action, only in the comics. Like, that's a lot of shit that they're dealing with, man, that they're gonna put in a 2-hour movie, and I feel like it's way too much. Sal Seguda, 100%, that ending. I honestly think Chrissy says it's going to be just stupid and it's just going to be all dumbass jokes and bad writing. Oh man, the James Gunn factor. HBK says the Batman Who Laughs could be an awesome movie, but I doubt they would make it since the comic books are really dark. I don't know if the world's ready for like a multiversal DC if it cannot get a universal DC together yet. They need to get the universe first. Like a multiverse with a Batman Who Laughs, like a villain Joker being a Bruce Wayne who got hit with a Joker toxin that turns him into the Joker who kills all the Robins and then goes around and like fuck starting the universe with a bunch of like multiversal evil Batman. I think it's way too much for a film right now for DC to handle. They can't even get Starro right. They fucking had him killed off by Harley Quinn for fuck's sakes. You know what I mean? And it's like that was one of the biggest villains for the whole Justice League. In fact, the whole universe. Sal Segura says, if what I read is true, I'm glad they didn't make, oh fuck yeah, dude. They didn't make the rest of the Zack Snyder Justice League movies. 100%, dude. I was not at all in line to see a Batman, no, what was it? A Superman raise a stepson of Lois and Bruce, who he has to accept his best friend banged his wife. I wasn't about that whole life, dude. So what's up, Triggs? Good to see you, my man.
What's going on, dude?
It's good to see you. Good to see you. What it do? What it do, baby? What it do?
Nothing much, man. Literally just got out of work, came over, rushed.
It's all good. I've been hanging out with the comment section. Everybody's been rallying. We're talking about the Superman trailer, where it's going, what we feel. I wanted to the question was I wanted to open up because I didn't get to really ask last week because it was me and Brian just talking about stuff. But where the people in the comment section saw the positives or negative about the Superman trailer and what they think about it overall. Triggs, I have to ask you. I don't know if I got to ask you this. I don't know if you didn't get to go this last week, right?
No, I wasn't on the show last week. No.
So I get to talk to you about it this week. Triggs, yeah. I need you to give me and the guys in the comment section a breakdown of what you thought and why you were crying watching the Superman trailer. No, I'm just kidding. You weren't crying. That was wild shit. Let me grab my other phone. Hold on. You go. Top.
So like when I saw the trailer, I think I was like watching snippets of it. And so because of that, I like I said, I only saw snippets like at first, and then I finally watched the whole trailer, right? Because like on YouTube they were just showing like highlights of the trailer and stuff like that, and I was kind of like, okay, dude, the first trailer, I'm not gonna lie, was very scattered. It felt just very like it felt very thrown together.
Mm-hmm. And I get you 100%.
And I was kind of just like, I mean, okay, dude. Like, there were some cool scenes. You know, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, Superman saving the little girl from the crashing pipes or whatever the fuck, like her getting crushed. Like
where he like you know, the typical the truck is coming.
Yeah, like I guess like every kid in Metropolis is a fucking idiot or something like that, and doesn't know how to not be in the middle of the road. And yeah, dude. And then like the whole I thought the whole crypto thing was kind of cool because
it's nice. It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you this right now. I don't think crypto is really going to get hurt. Like I have a feeling like what we're seeing is like at the very, 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 very end of the movie. Like what we saw was probably third act, like end of third act.
Yo, but you saw in the trailer where like the robot, right? The robot that's on the ground.
Yeah.
A lot of people are assuming, or the theory is that's the robot that's the one that kind of like takes care of the Fortress of Solitude.
Oh,
you know what I mean, right? It's just on the floor wrecked, and like since it's the only remnants of like the history of Krypton and has a bunch of like his info and then his parents' holograms, that's why he's like, oh, my toaster or whatever the fuck or whatever, like my fucking Roomba is messed up or whatever. So like it's kind of. I get that. I get to where like where the emotional content is with the robot and why he was like leaning over, like crying about it.
I don't know, dude. Like, and I can't really say definitively that
Michael Betancourt.
That would be the thing, because in every iteration that we've ever seen, when it came to his parents were holograms inside of the Fortress of Solitude. Like they had zero connection to a fucking robot.
Mhm.
Like it was, to me, it seemed more of like a Zordon and Alpha kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get that 100%.
You know, and so like that's why I'm kind of just like, I don't know. Like if it is like that, then that's dumb. But yeah, every iteration that I've ever seen of like, you know, Audrey says hi, is that yeah, like it's the like his family is like inside of the Fortress of Solitude. It's not necessarily like connected to like machinery or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wait. Okay, so did you not see the full trailer like in its all? You just saw highlights of it, or you saw the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Triggs.
Yeah, I saw the just.
There's a lot to unpack in that trailer for a 2-hour DC James Gunn film.
Yeah.
And then Ultraman. Literally Ultraman from the Crime Syndicate Ultraman. Which a lot of people are saying that it's like, yes, Ultraman, but it's going to be a clone, Bizarro, or whatnot.
I don't know, dude. And the reason that I don't think so is because this is supposed to set up the Authority or whatever. And I still think it's that fucking dude with the U on his
Yeah. The I forgot the God Sent or the boyfriend of the Batman character that's in that the one, right?
Yeah. And
yeah,
so
he's very much like a Superman character too. Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, so that's why I'm kind of like, oh, dude, like, I'm not saying everyone is reaching, and I get why, but to like introduce that this early in the fucking like, dude, this is like I mean, this is like putting, you know, like Infinity or the fucking
the Infinity War, the
like
movie.
yeah, it's like putting the Living Tribunal in fucking Iron Man. It's
huge.
I mean, it makes huge. No sense.
Do you, knowing that they're putting Ultraman in so fast, do you think they're going to just jump into like a multiverse thing? And that's why Mr. Terrific is in this film already?
No, I don't, because I mean, you gotta remember one thing, dude. James Gunn is not unaware of how a multiverse should work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and not just being a fan of comic books, but like, you know, under great direction behind Kevin Feige, who, you know, I mean, did multiverse stuff decently well, you know, and it's not like he's unaware of how to handle something like that. And on top of that, he's still, I mean, relatively good in with Marvel right now. So, like, it's one of those things where, like, I think we should like, we should be patient.
Yeah.
Really patient. You know, and I know that like as soon as a trailer comes out, everyone puts on their tinfoil hats and immediately starts to, you know, get on with their like, oh, this is the way that things are gonna happen. Hyperion confirmed. And I'm kind of like,
Michael Betancourt talking about the boy lifting the flag was a great shot, showed so much hope in Superman. That little boy's world is falling apart, but he raised the flag and called for him. What do you think of that?
I mean, it's true, dude. You know, like there's a lot of symbolism, like in this film, like a lot of symbolism. You know, you have Nicholas Hoult doing his Lex thing, and you know, and it looks like he's putting Superman in the hurt. You know, this looks very reminiscent of Gene Hackman when he was finally getting the best of Superman in the first movies. Mm-hmm. You know the Christopher Reeves movies.
Do you feel like they're kind of pulling in more like course to being closer to the Christopher Reeve Superman in this film than the Henry Cavill? Like it was kind of like its own entity, giving its like the hat.
I mean, maybe paying some homage to it, but like, and I don't at all think that James Gunn is going to do something like a carbon copy or anything like that. Just because like the guy is creative, like he's a creative dude, you know, and like some of his stuff sticks, some of it doesn't. You know, Suicide Squad, you know, the first one was sick. The second one was a little lackluster.
Yeah.
And I think he also did Birds of Prey, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and that was not taken.
That was horrible.
Yeah, that was not. That was Craven horrible. Before it was Craven or Madam Web.
Oh yeah, dude, Jesus fucking.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even talk about Birds of Prey, do they?
No.
I totally forgot about that fucking film.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I totally forgot about Birds of Prey. and I saw it, and it wasn't like, it was, it was all right. But yeah, that's a good point, man. That's a really, really good point.
So like I said, dude, he has stuff that works, stuff that doesn't stick, and Chrissy, I think you're right. Like the story has to be good, the writing has to be right? But he's also a pretty good writer. Like the guy knows what he's doing. He knows how to knows how to tell
Creature
a
Commandos is going really well right now.
Well, not just that, dude, but like look at fucking Peacemaker. Like he's writing Peacemaker. And the first one fucking slaps, dude. It did well. And it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, let's see.
And even to give him some props, like you look at trilogy movies, and usually like the second film is bad, the last one has to be super eventful. I was a really big fan of the second Guardians of the Galaxy. And then when Guardians 3 came out, of course, we all had our expectations that someone had to die because, there has to be a death for it to be like really.
I know.
No one died, dude.
I know. And you were like on that.
Everything, dude. Remember that shit?
Yeah, you were on that podium just like, dude, someone's got to die. Someone's going to die. And someone's going to die. And I kept telling you, I was like, dude, they're not going to kill him.
I remember, dude. I really thought story-wise,
and you were like, "No, dude, this is Prophet.
Someone has to die,
dude. This is Prophet Chris right now. I'm telling you, someone's gonna die." And I'm like, "Dude, no one's gonna die. Just chill."
That was really crazy because, like, the idea of the sacrificial captain or the leader of the team and taking one for the team, and then everybody like going forward and living life in that person's thing. Like that's a given in every film that has to be like a superhero style film. And James Gunn played with that across the board. Rocket's fucking dying of like some weird virus. Chris Pratt's in space with no helmet on. What's his face? Adam Warlock comes in and just like tanks Drax's character to like almost like complete like mush. Just everyone's just getting loaded. Like the people you're expecting that are supposed to die. And then at the very end, everyone's just a big happy family. Fucking what's his face? Chris Pratt's character, Star-Lord, gets to retire back to Wyoming or whatever.
Yeah.
It was really fucking good. Like I will die on that platform and tell people Guardians as a series was really fucking good. Like the last good thing that Marvel had. Like, you know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yeah. And for me, like I think, I believe that we're gonna that we have the potential for something good. Whether we're gonna get it, is totally different. But the guy knows what he's doing, and he also has the resources, like on hand for himself.
And he's got the pick of the litter in actors, right?
Yes and no. Like I'm sure some of them are still contractually obligated for Marvel.
I take that. I get that. But
because I was even discussing that with Brian. Like he was saying, like, oh well, like because like Creature Commandos, and he was like, oh yeah, no, like that's Rick Flag Sr. So like that's Frank Grillo voicing Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos. And I was like, offbeat, I was like, I wonder if that counts towards his movie deal.
It does, 100%.
You would think so, right? Like he's still being featured in a DC property, so like I'm sure like Frank Grillo has like a 4-picture deal or some shit like that with DC.
Well, I mean, if you break it down, like he is, watch this. Let me see if I can get it for you real quick. Put this over here. Screen share. Look, he is in Superman playing his character, Rick Flag.
Yeah.
So all of the characters are that are in Creature Commandos.
And he's also and I think he's also in Peacemaker season 2, or will be in Peacemaker season 2.
Because that was James Gunn in some podcast or some interview he did. He went off and said that whatever goes on in Creature Commando, here I'll put the banner up for it so we can talk about it. Creature Commando. That everything that happens in Creature Commando is moving forward into the live action films. So whatever the Bride is doing, whatever Frankenstein is doing, whatever Rick Flag is going to do Dr. Phosphorus, even GI Robot. Any of those characters, their voice actors will be portraying them in the live action of the DC universe. And that means what's cool is one, Cersei, right, in episode 5 gets that flashback that she shows to Amanda Waller, and it shows all the Justice League, right? And one of the craziest things is in the very back, if you pause it, you can see the Flash, but he's wearing a yellow outfit, which means the Justice League's Flash is going to be Wally West in the DC universe, in the James Gunn universe. He's going to go with Wally West. And Grant Gustin shared either like the trailer or a picture or something of the DC film, like the DC universe for Superman or something like that. And a lot of people are talking about how the multiversal, because James Gunn in the interview also said there's going to be a lot of Flash. There's going to be a lot of characters as the Flash, which means you're going to have the whole like Flash family. And there's a huge opportunity that Grant Gustin could be coming back as like the mentor Flash for Wally West, since Wally West will be like the front and center, which is based on the animated series, right? It was Wally in that series, the Justice League.
Yeah.
It was Wally West. So it'd be cool. Like a lot of people they always think of Barry as being like the main one, right?
He is. I mean, Barry, to me, Barry is always going to be the Flash, but like, I get it, like Barry kind of lost some of his steam, and he was killed during Infinite Crisis. Mm-hmm. So like, I mean, they needed a new Flash.
They needed, so, they needed.
So like during the Justice League, TV show, it was Wally.
Yep, 100%. But like that's super cool knowing that James Gunn's putting it out there. And then in the last episode, we got Clayface. Like we got Clayface, and the way that they designed him should be identical to the way that they're going to portray him in the series or the films or whatever. And he looks pretty fucking good, man. For a Clayface character, he looks pretty badass. How did you feel about that? Did you get to watch the new episode of Creature Commando?
I still haven't seen any of it.
You haven't seen it? You haven't seen any of it?
Dude, you don't understand, dude. I'm working like
every day.
Like every fucking day, dude. Like when I have free time, mm-hmm. I don't have free time. I'm just doing one thing or another. You're just
moving through the motions and shit.
Yeah, man, I'm really just going through the motions right now. Like, and I started other TV shows, totally forgetting about Creature Commando, Skeleton Crew, Agatha, mm-hmm. like all of this shit, dude. And I'm just like, oh my god, man.
So what are you watching right now? Like, what's your poison right now, Trace?
Dude, right now I started. And this is gonna be real crazy. So I started Euphoria finally. I am currently in the middle of watching both Yellowstone, Euphoria, and Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley?
Yeah.
Is that good?
It's real funny because like I understand some of the humor, like being like someone who comes from like the technical field. Mm-hmm. So like I understand some of the humor that they go through, especially when they talk about coding and stuff like that, or like tech jobs and stuff. Like they'll kind of have like their little underhanded comments about it, and so I'm kind of just like, nice. But past that, dude, like I'm just always working, and I feel like I'm not gonna say that I haven't done my due diligence. It's that I feel like I'm kind of almost like a fretward right now, if that makes sense. And I'm kind of just like, well, how'd you feel about this? Well, what did you think about this? And so I'm kind of like, all right, got it, sick, dude.
Yo, I didn't know James Gunn did 13 Ghosts. Is that for reals?
What?
Yeah, I didn't know. If he did that movie, I love 13 Ghosts. Me and Brian, that's how me and Brian met, man. We did a top, like what was the best horror film, and 13 Ghosts was the movie I put on for horror, and he did of course The Exorcist, and in the chat we won with 13 Ghosts.
Yeah, no, that's not him.
That's wild if he did, because that's a really
Yeah.
great movie. Chrissy says for sure I liked Peacemaker, and it was one and done for me. I would never want to watch it twice. That's funny. John,
I meant
from
teach their
Chrissy,
own, dude.
huh?
I meant teach their own.
Yeah. John also says same. I can't recommend that show. Peacemaker was better than in the movie than in his show. Oh, he was better in the movie than his show. Oh man.
Yeah,
And
man, I have to disagree. You know, like for me, I loved Peacemaker.
Yeah, because it's a good character dissection, right? Like, there's a lot.
Yeah, like, and on top of that, like, yet again, I'd have to disagree with Chrissy. I thought his character development was actually really nice. The dynamic between him and his father was like super well done. You know, and on top of that, the hinting of like what happened with his brother. You know, and the fact that he beat his brother to death accidentally. You know,
And you know what's real crazy is like the whole darkness of the Peacemaker character, like how
Well, not
dark
just-
it really gets.
Oh, I think people are thinking of the Belko experiment.
The which
For
one?
James, the Belko experiment for
The
James
Belko.
Gunn.
That's the one with the lawyers and the doctors that are like, or the office guys that are killing each other.
Yeah.
I remember that shit. That's like his alley. HBK Cruz in the comment, my man says, "Do you think they'll ever make a Hyperion the movie or bring him to the
Don't
multiverse?"
fucking get him
Fuck
started,
it, dude.
dude. Don't get him
Trigger hates
started,
this.
dude.
I love Hyperion. I love Hyperion. Do I think
Boom,
so? No.
Hyperion confirmed.
Hyperion confirmed. Gonna happen, dude. I
Yeah,
even have
you heard it
worse
here
news
first.
for you, Triggs. I have worse news on this, dude. They're making an Exiles show, dude. They're making an Exiles show, dude. Fucking
No, they're not.
Hyperion, King
No,
Hyperion
no.
confirmed. Blue Marvel gonna come kick his ass confirmed. It's all going down. I am not excited for the Exiles TV show. Fuck the Exiles, dude. But yo, I mean, me and Triggs, we're super big into comics. We'll both die on this platform that the bromance with Hyperion and Thor was probably the best thing that Marvel ever did. And then it went into Battle World and Secret Wars. And right at the end, where time runs out, the fucking close, the curtain call with Thor and Hyperion was probably one of the most raddest things in
Oh, dude,
comic
it was
book
probably, yeah,
it was fucking poetic, dude. It was
easily
best.
one of the best panels in all of comics. And
But with
Jonathan
what we've
Hickman-
got in
yeah,
in films with Marvel, I don't want them to fucking touch it. I don't
Yeah.
want them to fuck it up, dude.
don't sully such.
Don't mention
yeah.
it. If you go to
Yeah.
fucking Hollywood and you see Kevin Feige, don't talk to him about it. Don't be like, hey,
This
is so
fucking
cool.
alone. Leave
Yeah.
it alone.
They'll be like, oh, he'll be like, oh, what's your best Marvel thing? And fuck you, dude. What's up, Myers? Good to see you, my man. Like, please don't tell Kevin Feige about the Hyperion Thor thing at the end.
Dude.
I don't want to, because right now,
And it really was poetic because like in a flash of light and a crack of light.
yeah, dude, it was fucking.
Two
was
gods
good,
fell
dude.
amongst many.
I
And
hope.
was just
I
like,
hope in
oh.
500 years, like someone finds that and thinks that that's what happened to our world, dude. Like our Greek mythology is that line, dude. I want it like carved in a stone somewhere. It's so
That's our
fucking
Roman
good.
Empire.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Greek mythology, the Medusa
Yeah.
story, or the fucking
Yeah.
Odysseus and shit. I
That's our
want it.
Roman
I want it
Empire.
so bad. But like, we know we're getting Century. What's up, Muldrick? What's up, Mike? Good to see you, my man. We know we're getting Century for sure. Do we get a second Superman? No. Fuck no. It wouldn't make any sense. I see them using Century more for that role than Hyperion, which I guess that's okay. The Century needs love too, because they have not figured out what they're going to do with that character at all, dude. They've never been able to get that character right. So maybe they get him right in the movies, right?
Oh man, so
I mean, because you remember what they did with Century last time. They did, what did they do? They combined him in the Void.
Oh yeah. Now he's like Ultimate Century or whatever. Like
Yeah,
True
and then
Century.
they did where everybody was getting his powers separately, remember? And it turned into like a contest. It turned into a contest where there was like just a bunch of people getting his powers. There's like a chick who had it, then another dude, and then they fucking fought on the moon, and they had to fight each other with the powers to see who can keep them. and it was.
I remember that being for the Phoenix Force.
Oh, yeah, no, they did it for the Sentry.
And Echo got it.
Mhm.
Like she somehow or another
For some fucking dumb reason.
Yeah,
because she's deaf.
Yeah,
she's deaf. She can't hear all the bullshit that people talk about the Void.
Yeah.
She just can't hear the Void or whatever. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, and then Shang-Chi or fucking not Shang-Chi or
fucking smokes Hyperion, dude.
Yeah, beats the fuck out of Hyperion. And
my god!
And then who was it? Iron Fist like loses his mind in the middle.
Hyperion loses his mind. Because he's fighting Shang-Chi, yeah, and he's telling him, like, I don't need to hit you. I could beat you with just knowledge. And then Hyperion's like, AI or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, ChatGPT.
He just freaks out. It just collapses, dude. Yeah. Just because of trauma, dude. I fucking God, I hated that story so bad.
Dude. Yeah, because I remember when we were talking about that, we were all like, that's a thing.
The fucking... That was so funny, dude. The Phoenix Force was like... Yeah, Iron Fist looking pretty good, man. He looking pretty sharp in that little green outfit. Wouldn't mind being inside him for a bit or whatever.
Yeah, and they're just like, yeah, man, this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be fun. Like, because like Storm also had it or some shit. And, like, a bunch of random people had it, and then at the very end, Echo was like, I don't know, dude. I don't even want to be here. Like.
Yeah, she's like, I don't even want to be here. And the fucking Phoenix is like, say less, dude.
Yeah.
I found my Gen Z kid for the week.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Moldrick says, I just hope we don't get another Superman Origins. Like this motherfucker, we know after like 5 reboots, he's not wrong, dude. He's not wrong. The only thing that changes with the Superman reboot is by the time frame of Jonathan Kent dies, right? It's either he dies when he's a teenager, he doesn't die, and both of the parents are still alive, which is like Smallville, or the other one, which was like he dons the costume, he turns into Superman, and like a couple months in, he dies of a heart attack. Like it always goes in those 3 formats, right? But other than that, it's just pretty much the same shit. You know that, right? The Superman story, it's always that way. And then in the trailer, we have a living Jonathan Kent that's sitting with him, but I don't know if it's like a flashback or not.
I don't know.
Yeah, because Smallville, they were still alive. Henry Cavill dies in a tornado when he's like in high school. And then what is it? Jonathan Kent in the Superman series, they already knew he was Superman when he was what's his face? Christopher Reeves. His dad was still alive, and then he dies later on of a heart attack, and then they have to sell the property. Remember?
Yeah.
So he was already Superman at that time. So those are the only 3 changes. Henry Cavill died at teenage before he donned the costume, so he had to be it was a coming of age story. Chrissy says, by the way, Chris, the only thing good about 13 Ghosts was the fact that they used real people in costumes rather than CG stuff as the ghosts. The story was kind of okay. Still had to have the dick jokes James Gunn loves to add. Yeah, it's a good point. 13 Ghosts was good. The ending was the only thing that was kind of weird, with the weird that gyroscope thing, and then the dad falls in it and gets all chopped up. That was that looks stupid, man. When you go back and watch it, that looks fucking bad. It's always 3 ways he dies. Yeah, it's always those 3 ways. Just dies of a heart attack in 3 different options. But yeah, overall, what did you think of the Superman? Like, did it bring you to tears? Like, were you on your bed like crying after you saw it? Like Den of Nerds, or like John Campea, like crying leaving the theater watching Thor: Love and Thunder or whatever? What did you think, man?
I think that they missed with the first trailer.
Oh man! So you think it was kind of like a mid trailer?
Yeah,
like mid.
Yeah,
Brian.
And the reason that I think that is just because like they threw way too much at us too fast.
Yeah, because it's a trailer.
They may as well fucking added Deathstroke in this for fucking.
Yeah, because we know what happens in the movie now. Like, what are they saving? Like, what's the secret of what's supposed to happen? Not only that, dude, adding to it, there's the scene where that was in Vanity Fair, right? Where he's putting on his boots and there's like that weird alien in the background.
Yeah.
So do you remember that's in the trailer too? And Lois is in front of him, which means we're already in this film in the part where Lois knows he's Superman. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of far into the Superman lore, isn't it?
If that Lois knows?
That Lois knows that he's Superman?
Not really.
No?
No, because I mean, you got to remember, dude. Like he's in his early 20s when he when he gets together with Lois.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Like he like all the iterations that we see of Clark like being with Lois. I mean, dude, he can't be any older than like 25.
Yeah, true that. And he ages slower too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ages
And,
slower.
yeah. So like it's one of those things where it's like, dude, I mean, like, okay, but you know, like he can't be that old. Like, you know, like, and on top of that, like, I mean, he'd been saving people for a minute as well. You know, like that's why I kind of like the Henry Cavill one, because like in Henry Cavill, he was more of a drifter, right?
Like a nomad, yeah.
Yeah, and I liked that. I was like, okay, this is cool. This is like real fresh, you know, like
fresh telling of the story.
Yeah, it almost gave absolute Superman vibes without being so gritty.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. I see
You
that.
know, like for anyone who's like currently reading, you know, Absolute Superman, and oh, dude, Muldrick,
dude, it was fucking the ending, dude, had me in fucking tears, man. It was fucking good, dude.
Just so good.
I like the ending of the Lois and Clark show.
Yeah, the way that the CW like Arrow like Arrowverse ended, I like. It started on a fucking high, and then it got super mid. It got super shitty.
It took itself way too seriously than it
hurt. And then like the crossovers would come, and it would just peak, dude. And then it would fall, and then the crossovers would come, and it was trash again.
Do you remember how badass it was when the Green Lantern first like came into like fruition, like the series, like how good the Green Lantern show was? Like on the first season when it popped off.
You mean Green Arrow?
Green Arrow. Why did I say Green Lantern? Green Arrow.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, you were like, wait a minute.
You have a Green Lantern show?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, Green Arrow. Green Arrow.
Oh yeah, dude. Are you?
Dude, do you remember how fucking G it was?
So good.
Dude, it was super good.
So good, dude.
Even the Flash too, right? The Flash was really good in the first season.
Yeah, up until like the third
season.
Then it got third season. Then it got kind of mid for me.
Yeah, because you can only have a dude run people to death so many times before it's like, yeah, he's just but run Barry run, and then it's like I don't know. Sonic does it better. Sonic does it way better, dude. Sonic 3 was fun. It was weird.
Oh, dude, I want to see it.
It was weird funny. It was weird funny.
Yeah. Because I mean, dude, fucking Keanu Reeves can do no wrong.
Yeah, but Muldrick, absolutely correct. The ending of Lois and Clark, the series after the Doomsday fight, you know, just the way that they carried the show, and it was really weird because they added the Sons and all of that stuff to the series.
But they didn't make it. But that's what I
make it weird,
really,
right?
Like. Yeah, they didn't make it weird. Like they did well.
Yeah.
With the introduction of both of his sons. Low key, high key. Yeah, Tyler Hoechlin is probably one. Like
my favorite scene was that one. My favorite scene that he did as Superman was like it was like in the past a little bit, where he runs into the black kid and the black kid's like, "I like your costume," and he's like, "Oh yeah, my mom made it."
Oh yeah.
Dude, I fucking was like, dude, this show's gonna be a banger. Like I just knew it when I saw that episode. I was like, this is gonna be a great show.
Dude, honestly, for me, some of my favorite scenes was him as Clark.
Yeah, like the humanity of him, right? The humanized version.
Yeah, because like you know, like obviously he's fucking like if I'm gonna talk about my favorite Superman scene, it's the punch between Doomsday and him, the like slow punch that they do.
Yeah,
it's sick as fuck, right? But I think one of my favorite scenes as Clark is when he's talking to Jordan and he's ripping Jordan apart, and he's just like, dude, I fucking told you not to do this. And he was like, well, I'm gonna go to my room, and so like he goes to grab his arm, and like Jordan like rips his
Pulls it
arm
away.
Yeah, and he was just like, go to your room now, and don't ever fucking do that again.
Yeah.
And he just boom takes off, and I was just like, oh, dude, like you could tell, like that's not Clark anymore. That's Superman talking to you.
That was dope. Oh, even the
Yeah.
whole thing when in the diner when they shoot him.
I actually, it's the first diner scene when he first talks to him. He was
Yeah.
like, "You
No,
get my
I'm talking
kid."
about even that scene.
Yeah, that's that. To me, I like that one more than this.
More than okay, yeah. I get you. The way that this guy plays Superman was very reminiscent to one of my favorite scenes in, I want to say Batman versus Superman, which is like, I don't like to reference that movie too much, or it should have been that movie, which is at the very end when Bruce Wayne and Henry Cavill are walking and they're on the farm, and Henry Cavill's like, what does he tell him? He's like, it's the human scene of them like, how did you
afford, how'd you afford this?
And he's like, I bought the bank or whatever. And he looked at him like really like surprised. Like you see his human side like so much in that scene. He's not like stoic. He's not barrel chested. He's just hands in his pocket, walking on the farm. Old school Christopher Reeves talking to the guy that was trying to sell the house. Like that, this Lois and Clark film, every time they do like a very humanized version of Clark Kent, it reminds me of that scene of Clark. And it's very well done. Very well done.
It's for it being a CW show for the most part. I mean, you really have to give it up to Tyler Hoechlin because, like, I mean, Teen Wolf was also a CW show, and I think so was Grimm. Mm-hmm. And like you had a lot of those characters, like overlap. And I mean, it honestly, it was one of those where like, dude, these are just fucking super well done, characters. The only thing that I didn't like, and I didn't like the actor who they got for Lex. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
I was kind of just like, all right, dude, what else?
But yeah, the Lois and Clark show was really good. The season finale was such a chef's kiss.
Oh,
such a really, really great tip of the hat and a really good respect to the Superman character. It wasn't in like in callous. There's a lot of people that just don't like the Superman character most of the time, like the fucking Boy Scout kind of guy.
And I get it. It's one of those that like, I mean, this motherfucker
too perfect,
loses.
Whatever.
Yeah, man, he never loses. Like it's this, that, and the other. Like he doesn't like you can't fucking like. That's why Death of Superman was so important. Like he fucking dies, dude.
Yeah, like a normal just a normal dude of old age instead of like all heroic or like the way that you expect like a hero thing to do, which is like the Doomsday story. Dies and people rally, but like him just and we retiring correctly.
And we still got that.
Yeah,
like we still got to have that. And then on top of that, like, we weren't robbed of something like that. Because I mean, look at Smallville. That didn't happen in Smallville.
Yep.
Like look at, I mean, what other fucking live action Doomsday that we like have we gotten? And Superman was there. Yeah. He didn't die there. I mean, well, I take that back. The movie, yes, he did die. Mm-hmm. But still, dude, like you got to see a definitive end to a Superman story. Mm-hmm. And it was a beautiful send off.
It was very reminiscent to Captain America in Endgame.
Yeah, and I think it was a better telling of
oh, dude, 100%.
It was a better telling of fucking. Of
Captain America's cool, but like he's just a dude with a shield. Like Superman is like embedded in the culture of the DNA and the American culture. I think 100%. Captain America, don't get me wrong, I love him too, but like, there's no way. It's great. It's like it was way cooler to see Captain America. Well, Superman carry Captain America's shield and hammer in that crossover comic than it was, just seeing Captain America do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But great thing. We're gonna jump into our normal parts of the conversation. Oh, so Creature Commandos. Like I said, guys, if you don't know, really good show, pretty fun, very adult when it comes to some of the stuff. A lot of murder and killing, so guys, just be aware when you're watching it. It could be a little gory and stuff like that, but just know that when you're watching the series, it's giving you a first example of the things that we can look forward to in James Gunn's DC universe, because all of these characters will be themselves in live action. And all of these things in the film or in the series Creature Commando are all parts in the background of what's going to be going on in the DC universe going forward. So if you want to get, like, it's cool because this is like James Gunn giving us little Easter eggs, big Easter eggs, because it's based in his series. So guys, check it out. Not something to look past, something you got to be careful with and watch and stuff. Onwards, Triggs, going off with regular stuff. Marvel is planning on bringing back the original Avengers. We heard about this with Chris Evans. Now we're hearing that Scarlett Johansson's coming back, which is crazy because that was a whole fucking fuck fest when they let her go the first time, right? Because
they didn't let her go. She quit. She
quit, and there was a lawsuit, and there was like everything involved. Yeah. So for her to come back, that's crazy, dude. Thor, I mean, he's already still there, right? Vision, he's White Vision, which I don't know. I feel like race is saying it like that, but he's White Vision running around. White Vision. Banner's still there after the She-Hulk series with now his illegitimate son that he was a horrible father to, that was, absentee father. Yeah, sure. We'll take it. Just as long as we get the Hulk back in some way. Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as, of course, Dr. Doom, who he didn't play the first time, but he will be coming back as Dr. Doom, who we will be playing the second time. How do we feel about this, dude? Like, knowing that the surprise was Robert Downey Jr., right? The reveal, not South Texas Comic Con, it would have been badass, but San Diego Comic Con, Hall H, removes the mask. Robert Downey Jr., Russo brothers come up doing backflips and shit. Now Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson. How do we feel about this, dude?
Well, I mean, I know that they want to do it, but I don't know how official anything is yet. Dude, I don't know, man. Like, unless I hear it from other more reputable sources, to me it's just smoke.
Hearsay.
Yeah, because dude, I could go start a Twitter page right now and claim that I'm some fucking, Disney insider and start posting shit. I guarantee I'll be picked up by TMZ by the end of the week.
Right? That's funny. That's a good way to put it. But I mean, so there's a lot of crazy comic book stories that came out within the last 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Which is where we see the MCU kind of where it's at right now, which is dude, they just brought in for no apparent reason Null, the symbiote god in Sony, and so in some way Kevin Feige was like, great idea, Sony, let's go, you run it. You know what I mean? And now, of course, Marvel wants the opportunity to run it. We've heard that, Spider-Man 4 might have the possibility. I mean, the cliffhanger at the end of fucking Venom 3 was crazy or whatever. So knowing it's going to go into that nature where we're going to get the King in Black story. We have the Fantastic Four barely coming out. We got Loki, for no fucking odd reason, being the fucking god of stories, which is barely something fresh in the Marvel landscape as a comic book, which just came out 3 years ago, 2 years ago, maybe, where he became the god of stories. Right? That's yeah, you know what I mean? That's fucking nuts, dude. Because all the films we had gotten in the first 3 phases were all buildups from our childhood of comic book reading. You know what I mean? The Civil War, the fucking Avengers.
And that's why, at the same time, I'm kind of all right, I still think that there is a possibility that they can still do Siege and Dark Reign.
True. We talked about this. We talk about this a fuckload. And people, it goes right over their heads because if you're not reading the comic books, you just don't know.
Yeah, and dude, Siege could work with the current landscape of the MCU.
100%.
100% could work. That is something super grounded that, I mean, you can even pull from the MCU TV shows. That's something that you could get the Daredevil, Punisher, the Defenders on or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about this Like we were talking about that like what a couple months ago with the Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
Was with
yeah.
the Sentry, and then now we have the Guardian, right? The Red Guardian, right?
See,
Which is
but even then, dude, you can use the Thunderbolts to lead into a
to
dark.
lead into Siege, easy, dude,
Yeah.
easy. Well, and then that's what I was saying. Like, we don't have an Ares. We're gonna get a Hercules, right?
Yeah.
So there is a possibility we could still get a fucking Ares out of nowhere, and then we have the Dark Avengers crew, right? But what if like Valentina in charge of the Thunderbolts is like, hey, you guys are gonna be our Avengers. Costume changes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody get a new costume.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like,
boom, you have a Dark Ring.
they already have US Agent as Captain America, and Red Guardian's like, well, what do I do or whatever? And they're like, well, here's a new costume for you. And they give him the Ares costume. He's got the big beard, which he never had in the comic books as the Red Guardian. He was always clean cut to be Captain America, but he has that huge beard like Ares. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it would make a fuckload of sense that, can you imagine the Red Guardian with his axe doing all his stupid bullshit of like, you know, acting as like he's having a good time or a hero or whatever. And then Osborn, you know, Sentry, go get it done. And he fucking grabs David Harbour's Ares and fucking tears his head off. Bro, you know that would be the easiest throwaway character ever, dude. The Red Guardian is like he's just funny. He's just funny. Like, you already have US Agent as the new Captain America. Do you get what I'm saying? Easily an Ares character. Easily an Ares character. You don't have Draken though, which is weird. I mean, he was the Wolverine or whatever of the Dark Avengers or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, so Taskmaster could obviously be
100%.
Hawkeye. Could it could be Hawkeye or Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I mean, yeah, I mean, she would have to be So Taskmaster would have to be back like Hawkeye. Fucking, you know, you got Yelena who could be, you know, Black Widow. It actually is a Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I mean, like I said, there's big possibilities there.
Even do you remember?
Fuck it, dude. They can even make Red Guardian the Wolverine character.
Yeah. You see, there's so much they could do. There's a fuckload they could do. And then you got the Sentry, of course, coming out. He looks great in the fucking Thunderbolts trailer. That's the one I'm looking forward to more than the new Brave New World or whatever. But you know, in Thor: Love and Thunder, you saw how Valkyrie was just very not about like the politics of the world.
Yeah.
So you could tell, like, if she had an opportunity to be like, hey guys, we're gonna take Asgard, we're gonna bounce. All right, we're gonna take this whole section of land and fucking hightail it into another dimension.
Yeah.
Heimdall fucking take everything, and yeah, we're out. And America's like, whoa, you can't do that. That's our territory, or not. It's Norway. They can't take it.
Yeah.
It's not theirs. But they'll be like, whoa, Sokovian Accords or whatever the fuck. You can't take land from the world and take it somewhere else. That's ours. You belong here, and your technology's ours too, and we're about that. And same thing with the Wakanda stuff, right? Like the vibranium and stuff. They could be like stopping Asgard from leaving the planet because they want to kind of like restart Asgard, new Asgard, which is again in the comic books too. And then they just like, nope, send the Avengers over there, which is a new Dark Avengers, and boom, you got a fucking Dollar General version of Siege, baby. I mean, yeah, we don't have a David Blake or anything like that yet, but I mean, you got Thor as a stepdad or whatever, so that might work.
Yeah, and you know, and then on top of that, like, you know, we don't have any of the Warriors 3 anymore. I mean, fuck, dude. I mean, we still have Sif. You know, Sif's
yeah, 100%. I think it works, man. I think Siege would be good, but I have to ask this question: do you think Marvel is doing too much towards the end?
No, because
King in Black, a Century, Red Hulk. Who else? There's a fuckload of people that are Doctor Doom, the Fantastic Four, the return of King Thanos. You know what I mean? The apparent idea of the Avengers, Deadpool with Wolverine. You know what I mean? There's a lot. Dormammu with Doctor Strange. Like that's a lot. Riri Williams, our favorite Riri Williams.
God,
like what do we do? What do we do? Young Avengers. Bang, I'll throw that out there too. Fuck it.
I'd rather see a Young Avengers.
Okay. 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 I'm about that. How would you like to see them introduce No Kang the Conqueror? Or maybe, since it got dismissed, the case. What do you think? What do you
Right.
think? How do we get the introduction of the Young Avengers into the Marvel landscape as it is right now?
I see them coming together in like I can actually see them coming together in a Thunderbolts movie.
As if like that's the team that's trying to take over and they want to kind of like
Well,
like
no,
the
like
champions?
the kind of, but or like the Runaways, but more along the lines of like the Thunderbolts have a botched mission, and like the Young Avengers are kind of like, dude, we should help this team.
I could see that. I could even see it being like,
Or I could even see it as like fucking who is it? Um, Nick Fury recruiting from Sword.
oh, going for the Young Avengers, like bringing them in instead. Yo,
Yeah.
I could even see it like, let's say Valentina, who is apparently like the new Nick Fury that's bringing the team together, right? Of the new Avengers that she's just grabbing because they have superpowers and she's just greedy. Puts the team out there, but of course, you know, U.S. agent killed that dude with the shield. You know what I mean?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
very like out of pocket, kind of like short fused. And what if the Young Avengers as a crew are kind of like getting together and they see it like in a trailer or in a commercial or on TV in a news report and they're like, these people don't deserve to have the Avengers names. Like, why are these people out there and they're bad people? And then they start showing up and they have their own like Civil War 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And Civil War 2 is bad in the comics. You know what I mean? So maybe, and I'm just going to throw this out there for no apparent reason, like Captain Marvel comes in as the mentor because Kamala Khan, she comes in as the mentor for the Young Avengers, which isn't too far-fetched. So then you have Norman Osborn, the U.S. Patriot version of Iron Man versus Captain Marvel and her Avengers team for a new Civil War.
You're not the only one who feels
I'm
like that.
reaching really far,
Yeah.
dude. I'm fucking monkey swinging here with my arms, bro. Like I'm trying to kind of
Just hear me out, dude. Hear me out.
tinfoil hat. I need to make a tinfoil hat just to have on. I can put during the show and be like, "Here we go, guys. We're getting really into this shit." But I mean, that's not too bad. That's not too bad because Captain Marvel sucks, and we don't know where to put her anyways. But if you put her as the splinter of a Young Avengers, that's not too bad.
Yeah, dude, her second movie was just.
She's so bad right now. Maybe
Dude,
she comes in song and dance. I don't know.
I felt so bad for like Imani or Imani Vellana.
Imani Khalif. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. She is such a G actress. I love her. I think she's so good for the MCU as a whole.
Just the only actress or actor who's ever checked like
Kevin Feige. Yeah, be like, bitch, that's not the 616.
First of all, wrong.
Yeah, I love her. Yeah, dude. There's a lot of stuff that Marvel's doing. Did you, by chance, Tricks, did you hear of all the stuff that they were talking about doing with the Spider-Man character coming into the next Spider-Man movie? Like, I'm talking like Ghost Rider, I'm talking Mephisto, I'm talking about the fucking what's the Last Day comic of the Spider-Man where they take MJ.
One more night or one more day.
Yeah, we already killed Aunt May, so you don't got to kill her in this one. Yeah, she already did. Which again, I know you like that movie, but when they killed Aunt May, I was like, oh no. These guys don't read the comics. Like, they don't know how important Aunt May is to Peter Parker as like his splinter. You know what I mean? Like she has to be in his life. That was crazy. Yeah. But I mean, they did what they did, and that's fine. But like, okay. Mephisto, again, one of the weirdest Hyperion names for me to throw out because it's been talked about since the first Avengers movie that Nick Fury was supposed to learn about the Tesseract from Mephisto.
No, dude, ever since fucking, what was it? Goddamn Pleasantville, you know.
Even before that, dude, the first Avengers movie. But no one was.
That was a deleted scene though. Yeah, no one's like
believe it too, man.
Mephisto.
Can you imagine Nick Fury just has Mephisto on speed dial? He's like, "Tell me about the Tesseract, motherfucker!" Like, you know what I mean? Like, Sandra Bullock Cohen or whatever the fuck, Borat. God damn it! Ah, dude, it just hurts. It hurts to say all these things out loud. But what do you think? Okay, so we have Mephisto, and now apparently, one was Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider, which I have no idea how that correlates. No idea, other than it's just being like they want Nicolas Cage in this movie for no apparent reason. And then the other day it changed to, oh no, Ghost Rider is going to be Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves now as Ghost Rider, which, I mean, that sounds all right. Like, I would rather have him as the Beyonder.
I'd actually rather it be Norman Reedus.
Which one?
Norman Reedus.
Keanu Reeves as Norman Reedus? That's wild, dude.
No. Johnny Blaze as Norman Reedus.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Johnny Blaze as Norman Reedus.
Oh, why am I? What I was thinking Norman Reedus was Osborn. No. Like, so in my head, I'm like, how do you get Johnny Blaze as Norman Osborn? I was thinking of these two characters being the same guy. I was like, what the fuck? No, Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon himself. Yes. I do like that. He's a big motorcycle guy. Keanu Reeves is too. Yeah. But I don't know why Keanu Reeves comes off because of the Neo thing. I guess Neo. You know what I mean? Him being like another godly entity that's like being born into the universe with reality bending powers and being like, whoa, everybody, whoa. Like, it would be so cool as him as a Beyonder with those weird shoulder pads.
Here's the thing, though. There's the only reason why I don't like him as Ghost Rider.
Okay.
Ghost Rider talks a lot.
And I can't
really think about the last 5 movies that Keanu Reeves has done and how much dialogue he's actually
there was like one-liners, right? It's like super short, very winded air.
Yeah. They're like literally just say what you got to say and that's it.
And think of it this way. If Norman Reedus and Keanu Reeves were to read one line and it talk about, one time I took a bike and I drove over or flipped over 18 he did that fucking Toy Story character, right? Keanu Reeves, where he played the fucking stunt bike guy. Do you remember in Toy Story 3, he played the little toy that fucking...
Oh, yeah.
So Dick Dixon or so, I forgot what his name was, dude. But I could hear Norman Reedus being like, his weird like, yeah, man, I fucking once, took a bike and jumped over 18 fucking buses once, and it was fucking wild. Yeah, it was crazy. I can hear him saying that more than Keanu Reeves.
Just like, dude.
You already know what I'm talking about, right? And he's just so casual about it. He'd be like, yeah, fucking Boondock Saints and shit.
It's fucked up, dude. And then my head turned on fire.
Yeah, fucking flipped all the way around 360 degrees, man. Couldn't believe it, man. I could see him being more of that character that's boastful. But then, like I said, Keanu Reeves did it with that weird stunt driver guy in Toy Story 3. But
Toy Story 3 was like 20 years ago, though.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. That's a good point. But no, in my opinion, I think it would be really cool to have, because of the way Keanu Reeves talks, that everything is always so like, I don't know, Bruce Almighty or whatever. He's like a Morgan Freeman now with his voice. For him to be the Beyonder would be really cool. I think the Beyonder would be a fun character for Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, but the Beyonder has a lot of grandiose lines. Very like, you will die.
Yeah, he has his moments when he gets pissed or whatever, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of grandiose to him. And Keanu Reeves is now, and I hate to say typecasted, but he is, as a very brooding character.
Oh, yeah. It's only when he does those weird, like the Asian movie. What was that one movie that he did where he played the boyfriend to that one Asian chick and they're eating dinner? It's all the memes where he's like crying at the dinner table and then they start making out with Aquafina or something. I forgot who.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are really out of pocket fucking movies for him. And I bet you he does them just for fun. And then, like I said, like you said, actually, he's all with the cup in his hand and shit, crying and shit. That was funny as fuck. He just did Shadow and Sonic, and he did a really good job, man. He was really good. He was so.
But he was also very brooding, Yeah, he was
so
very brooding, you know. Yeah, in that movie.
He was like a weird emo version of Sonic, and it was good, dude. It was stupid good.
No.
Yeah, you already know. You already know. He's like, ugh, the moon looks a lot darker today, for some reason or whatever. Oh, that's so fucking funny.
Blah, blah, blah.
Going into this, so we're talking about all the craziness that we've heard of, like the Sony Spider-Man's got to be the craziest. And then not only that, they dropped a trailer today for Spider-Man Year One.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was.
Or I haven't seen all of it, but like because it was on Twitter and like I was just like doom scrolling, and I was like, all right, I gotta bounce. And yeah, they're
taking a lot of freedoms with a lot of crazy shit. So we're gonna see how that goes. Yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. Do you think? I'm not gonna lie, I was a lot confused with Harry Osborn's character. I at first thought it was a girl, and then the person talks and it sounds like a guy, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's a transgender, or it's someone in the LGBTQ community or whatever. And I just thought it was someone that was just being saved, only to find out later that it was fucking Harry Osborn. And I was like, what the fuck? Well, that's crazy, dude. It's a huge move for Spider-Man's character. Like for them to do stuff like with those kind of characters. I don't know. It's weird. I got to see more. The trailer kind of didn't give me enough. It just showed me fucking Spider-Man kill a dude with a brick. That kid's
dude. That's still so funny, dude.
That was like an Arkham Asylum fight.
Yeah, just
Arkham Asylum, that kid, dude. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna stop you. You're stealing a purse, so I might as well just fracture your skull, dude. You're not gonna die from it, but you'll be permanently damaged.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, dude. Being that we're looking at all of this stuff that they're doing with the Spider-Man universe, you know, Ghost Rider, Mephisto, fucking Norman Osborn in another universe, Harry Osborn looking like a weird dude, like King in Black for no reason.
I'm surprised that Harry isn't black. You know,
that he's not bi or something, right?
Yeah, or some shit.
Or that he's gonna be into Peter Parker. He's gonna hate him because he doesn't want to date him, and he wants Mary Jane instead, or whatever.
Exactly. You know,
I am not even fucking crossing my fingers. I'm not even crossing my fingers yet. But dude, can you imagine that? It's Venom, King in Black, and the Sinister Six now, because Craven, Morbius, the Vulture, all of these people, Reign. What is it? The Dark Reign series. Kingpin becomes mayor. Daredevil is coming for the Hell's Kitchen. It's going to be all in New York. King in Black is coming, which means they're going to do the darkening of the fucking. There's a lot of shit that's about to pop off in the Marvel universe within like the next 2 years.
Not just that, we also have Daredevil and Punisher coming.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. But we're going to get Reign. So remember, Kingpin is already running for mayor. Already, and he does that after Secret Invasion with Captain America, when they remember Cloak and Dagger, Cloak or Dagger being the light in the universe of New York, when they use the Darkhold, Baron Zemo, to encase it all in darkness and all that shit. So it's weird, but to add to it, I'm gonna throw a little bit of more oomph on this. Now we're getting talks of there being a Council of Reeds. So we're going to get the Fantastic Four movie. The ending of What If was supposed to introduce something with Reed Richards. But apparently all three Reed Richards, or the other two, have been spotted somewhere or around the filming of the new Fantastic Four movie. How do we feel about this? You're just like just that's it. How do we feel about the Council of Reeds, dude? We already got the Council of Kangs.
Yeah,
and then that guy beat
but Council of Kangs actually made sense to like what they were doing. Yeah. Like Council of Reeds right now.
Right off the fucking as soon as he hits the ground running, dude.
I'd have been like,
bro, instead of the
you couldn't do this anywhere near closer to fucking Secret Wars.
Dude, it flips me out. It really does on the decisions that Marvel and DC make it that when it comes to like when shit's getting dire, right? When shit's getting like, oh fuck, dude, we're running out of fucking running space or whatever. They're like, you know what? Instead of the Fantastic Four being in the Marvel universe as it should have been, let's just say they fucked off into another multiverse and they've been living there, even though incursions happens when you do that. But that's not it. That's water under the fucking bridge. No incursions because Reed Richards is too smart, right? So they'll go back to the 50s. They'll make some badass technology. And in that factor, instead of them doing like the Mole Man, let's just have him fuck Galactus up. You know what the fucking what, dude? Fucking start him off small, like give him an old lady in a tree or whatever the fuck. Like, why are we going straight for Galactus, dude? And I hate it. I hate the community when they're like, "Fuck yeah, we're getting Galactus, yeah!" And I'm like, dude, wait, time out. We just got Tiamut like fucking blasting out of the ocean that people are gonna resort on in 20 days. You know what I mean? Like. Let's just deal with the hand that's coming out of the water first before we get a whole ass dude that's like, I'm hungry. Let me fucking eat Asia or whatever the fuck he's going to do. Like, bro, like this is nuts, dude. This is completely nuts. Okay. What do you, I can't even say this, man. Fantastic Four, they fucking fight Galactus. They got to fight him to a standstill because you can't kill this motherfucker. Or maybe Galactus is coming into the window in that scene in the trailer because he needs fucking therapy or some stupid shit. And he's just like, Reed Richards is just his fucking friend. You know what I mean? Like he's just, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know, Triggs. I don't know. And now Council of Reeds. Fuck it. Like, okay. Is it because of the Spider-Man movie that we get these whole like, hey, we should just bring all the different Reeds that no one gave a fuck about? Like the first Fantastic Four movie, everyone was like, that was stupid. The second Fantastic Four was like, yo, that's like Kraven the Hunter, bro. They even called it Fantastic Four Stick or whatever. Remember they had like all these different funny names for it? Yeah. No one liked it because no one liked that movie. The Doctor Doom in that movie was shit, dude. Yeah. What are your brain cells telling you about the Council of Reeds in the first fucking Fantastic Four movie?
That's gonna be stupid.
I feel this. I feel this deep in my bones, dude, that it's gonna be stupid. That if they go that way, it's gonna be bad. Like, first, let me ask you this. If it's because it's I can't, dude. Dude, in my mind, I'm just trying to understand this. I really am. Because I can't, because there's small runway, so little time to do everything that they want to try to get to. Because Reed Richards has to make what? The life raft?
Well, not just that, but he also has to make the ultimate nullifier.
I can't hear you. What?
Well, he also has to make the ultimate nullifier for Galactus.
To slow his ass down. I didn't even fucking think of that. Yeah, he has to be like, yo, I got the pea shooter for Men in Black, dude. Fucking come at me, bro.
Yeah, or the little ball thing.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck? I didn't even think about the ultimate nullifier. And can you imagine, dude? Can you imagine the times we live in? The Marvel universe is gonna get the ultimate nullifier. Like, bro, we just got the gauntlet like just a couple months, like not even a couple years ago, and then we got Infinity giving away wishes like a fucking genie. You know what I mean? To gore the
Lady Death last month, you know.
Lady Death, yeah, dude, in a Disney Plus series, bro. They could have done it in a Star Wars adventure series of all fuck's sakes, dude. And been like, hey, there's Lady Death from the Marvel universe, hey? Or just have her walk around don't even give her a real character in the series, just have her walk around the goddamn Disneyland or whatever in LA. Like the way the fucking actors do or whatever, the fucking the Universal Studios actors or the fucking, I don't know, the park actors. Just have Lady Death walking around there just all willy-nilly, dude. I am baffled as fuck, dude. I'm baffled as fuck. I really am. I'm really baffled. Triggs, where do you see the Marvel? Do you see them pulling this off? You're my guy. You're my Secret Worlds guy, dude. You're my Secret Wars guy. Miles isn't here, so no cheeseburger thing. Owen Reese isn't here, so no fucking Molecule Man in the hot room or the white room.
I mean, no, dude. There's a lot of things that have to change.
No pressure.
Like a
No
lot
pressure.
of things. Yeah, a lot of stuff that has to change. This is essentially going to be our Civil War. Because like how much of Civil War was actually in the comics.
Yeah.
Or like that movie in the comics. Like fucking all of about 15 seconds, maybe.
Do you think they're doing too much?
No. I think what their biggest problem is that they no longer have any like creative juices left.
Well, that hurts though, man. Because you're walking into like probably one of the greatest Marvel storytelling stories in the last decade.
15 years.
Yeah,
easily,
like this is Secret Wars, dude. Like it's big. It was dynamically one of the biggest fucking thing, man. Yeah, 100%. People in the comment section, they see it too, man. Moldrick says no pressure, 100%. No pressure. Chrissy, bunch of thumbs downs. That's funny. And Moldrick says, yeah, it's on its last drop. Saving grace. What do you think is going to be the saving grace for the Marvel Universe going forward? What do you think is something that we can look forward to?
Fuck, man, that's actually a really, really, really good question. D23, man.
Okay, trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they bring it. Maybe they bring it and kind of like the thing is I kind of feel like there's a lot of thing that Marvel is coming out leaks and things like what they're planning on doing.
Mm-hmm.
But like I mean the craziest shit for me this past couple of months was Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom, right?
Yeah.
Then they let it sit and they let it cook. The entire internet goes crazy. Then you got 8 months, 9 months of everybody theorizing in YouTube channels. Yo, this is how he is going to be Doctor Doom. And again, I still think it's everybody reaching for noodles. I still don't think it makes a lick of sense to have Robert Downey Jr. be a Doctor Doom. And I know that everybody has all of these weird, like, I've even heard people come in with like the What If series where, what is it? Doctor Doom takes Robert Downey Jr.'s body by mind sweeping him or whatever. And it's like, can you imagine Kevin Feige pulling a fast one on us and being like, yo, let's just be cheap and take it off of a What If book. And that's how we can bring What If. And I'd be like, God damn it, bro. Like you could have done anything else. Like What If was supposed to be like nothing. It's not supposed to hinder anything in the DC, like in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, because it's not canon.
It was just supposed to be fun. Like that's all. There was no.
And that's what I said a couple of years ago when we first got the first What If series, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, but it's canon," and
it's canon, and I was like, "Oh man,
dude." No,
so actually, this is what I had mentioned earlier, and I totally forgot I was going to tell you. Right. So now that the Marvel universe has ended with the What If series. So What If Series 3 came out, and the whole series online, I believe. They released the last episode. And on the last episode, they're already saying, like, this is it, guys. What if, like, there's no more. Like, we're ending What If here. Who gives a fuck, dude? They could have ended it in season 2, and I wouldn't have cared. The last episode is the one that has Storm as a Thor core Storm. There's this character named Birdie for no reason. That Indian chick that's like the power of everything in the second season. The Peggy Carter, of course, is there with a shield and fucking rocket boots or whatever the fuck, fighting fucking Uatu or fighting some huge cosmic entity. Then becomes the entity or the eternity of that universe. Only to find out that now there's talking about making an Exiles series. Like Exiles, the comic book. Who the fuck cares about Exiles? Like that's, oh man, dude. Like Triggs, you're just like me, comic book dude. You collect comics. You have omnibus. I don't even fucking buy omnibuses. I just read it just for the stories. You buy this shit. Like you buy this stuff. Exile. If I was to tell you, hey man, Exiles with Peggy Carter from 2018 is getting a fucking series, what the fuck would you say? Like what would be you would Marvel's gonna put money behind this, bro. Behind a fucking failed comic book arc. It's nuts, dude. It's nuts. But yeah,
I would ask, like, okay, is this her as a shield agent? Is this her as like a variant of Captain America?
Captain America.
Is this okay?
This is literally the because remember the Exiles comic book sucked. Like it was bad. Like they had a couple of because it was the continuation of the What If series in its own confined bullshit universe, right? Like, oh, What If gets a comic book? We're called the Exiles because they're exiled across every other fucking comic book no one cared about. But Peggy Carter came out in the What If series, became popular again, and they were like, yo, let's put her back in the Exiles, baby. And they put her back in the comic. They made it where, like, you know, Kamala Khan is future variation of herself that has, I don't know, fucking Thor's hat. She has everything, of course. Kamala Khan, savior of the world, echo of their universe or whatever, boy savior. Yeah, it's going to be the Peggy Carter Exiles comic book run where it's the Captain America Peggy Carter. Like, and it's going to get its own HBO or Marvel series. What do we think, man? What do we feel about this? What do you feel about this, Triggs?
I got nothing, dude.
You're like, I'm so checked out. Checked out. I'm just so checked out.
I really am. That, and I'm just so fucking sleepy, dude.
Dude, it's like
I'm like,
dude, there's man, nobody asked for season 3 either. I don't know if you even saw that there was like
no. I remember that season 3 was coming, and I was like, why? And like, and then it came, and I was just like, oh,
no one cared.
really?
No one's watching this garbage.
Dude, you don't even go here. You don't
even belong here.
Yeah, dude, you don't go here.
Did you see that in one of the episodes?
Shut the fuck up.
Audrey's like boring Triggs. You look tired, bro.
Dude, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you look tired, and I keep bringing up stupid shit, and it's like,
I'm like,
bro. There's an episode where Darcy and Howard the Duck hook up and have a baby, dude.
What?
There's a whole episode. Howard the Duck and Darcy from Thor have a baby. I'm not even kidding. In the What If comic, in the What If thing. How, dude?
No.
But bro, the first episode is what
is that?
No, this is like episode 3 or 4. Yeah, there's 7 episodes.
Okay, I was about to be like,
that would suck.
It's
like bad timing, Marvel, bad timing. The first episode is what if?
Did they ever do anything with Peter with fucking Sorcerer Supreme Peter, or or like
nothing? Not at all, baby.
And like the Marvel zombies.
They did bring back. Nope. That crew of characters is like the Avengers in the multiverse. That's the Exiles team. You know what I mean? In Coherence, right? That should be the Exiles team. That's going to be like in the last episode, Sorcerer Supreme comes back. Uatu is there. He's kind of reminiscing with all these dudes, Peggy Carter, all these fucking idiots or whatever. The first episode of What If is what if the Avengers had mechs instead of like Iron Man suits, and what if like Hulk, instead of being the Hulk, split himself. And that one became literally Devil Hulk from the fucking new comic, the new comic book of Devil Hulk out of nowhere, bro, out of nowhere, Devil Hulk, and he happens to be like kaiju size. Like what do you do? What if? I was like, what the fuck if is this? What is? And it's Captain Falcon. It's Anthony Mackie's Captain America. I don't know where Steve Rogers is. He's just chilling out on a resort.
Whoa. Evil folk.
Yeah, dude, it's wild.
I will conquer you, dude.
Bro, so then at the end of the episode, Mark Ruffalo or Bruce Banner's like, he's doing the whole like, I'm gonna drop myself into the battlefield as no Hulk powers, and I'm like kind of like the movie. Remember when he kind of like falls out of the plane?
Yeah.
But he like gamma bombs himself, and then he becomes the Hulk as Godzilla. I'm not even fucking with you, dude. He's Godzilla. He's got a tail. He's got spikes. He shoots fucking fire out of his mouth, like, and then I don't know. I don't even know how to explain this shit. Like, it's stupid. It's just God's. It's stupid. I thought it was the dumbest thing. I don't even know how I made it in episode 2 without being the first thing. But yeah, dude, Marvel What If sucks. If you watch it, best of luck. I don't even know how to rate that show. Yeah, that's my recap for that one. Other than that, Triggs, I'll ask. I think it's coming up to like 10. But we'll get out of here by like hopefully like 10:20, right? Skeleton Crew. Are you up on Skeleton Crew? Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Dude. No, man. Like that's why. Like, and Brian asked me about it too. You know, like what I had been reading,
thinking about it,
or what I had been watching, and I was kind of just like, no.
You're like, nope, not caught up on anything. No, I get it.
You know, and it's so funny because like right now, like I've been like on a slight manga kick as well, because like instead of like watching certain things on my phone, I'm reading a little bit more. And so I talk with Elena pretty often, like whenever her and I are working together. You know, yeah, like I'll just go over to the host stand and go bother her about manga and shit. But yeah, dude, you know, it's just one of those where it's kind of like, oh, all right, well, like when it came to Skeleton Crew, like especially like most Star Wars IPs, I'm being extremely picky about what I want to
Understandable.
watch. And I think I'm kind of at that point where I'm just like, you know what, dude, just fucking give me John Wick in space. Like, just like let me see some good choreography with some fucking great, you know, like lasers or fucking lightsabers or something like that, you know, or a combination of martial arts and that. Like, give me some of that shit, dude, and I'll eat it up.
I'll be okay with it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like, I think the last Star Wars IP that I really sat down with, I think, was
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think you really cared about Acolyte too much. And
I didn't watch Acolyte at all.
Yeah,
I didn't watch Acolyte at all.
A little bit of action in it. Kind of reminded me of the comic book series, the New Republic or whatever that had just kind of popped off recently, like 2015, 16. You know, when they were doing like the Han Solo series, like a lot of that kind of stuff with the Acolyte, but it really wasn't good. But I mean, I'll tell you, Skeleton Crew is pretty refreshing, man. It doesn't really have anything to do with like the overarching landscape of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, because I remember we were talking to Brian, and like Brian was kind of like he had the question of like, where does Skeleton Crew,
where does it fit, right?
Yeah, like in what timeline is this happening? And he was telling, and I think he mentioned that it falls in line, more or less in line with Mando.
Yeah, with the Mandalorian, maybe like the ending of the Ahsoka series. Like kind of like it's after the Empire falls, it's after the Emperor, coming into this idea that there's remnants of these people still around, but eventually we're going to get the new Republic or whatever that's going on in the new future from the New Order or whatever.
Yeah, the Order.
Very much in that format. But what's good is me and Brian were talking about it too, and it's like it's very cool. It's 100% the audience is a kids show. Like this is a kids show. If you watch the Goonies, if you saw Super 8, if you're Stranger Things with less violence, this is what that show is. And it feels pretty cool. It feels pretty cool. And the idea is like when you watch it at first, you're kind of like, well, why are there suburbs? Like, why are there buses and transportation? Why does this look like Cincinnati, like the rich part of Cincinnati? Like, what are we doing with this show? Like, how the fuck does this set with dudes still wearing cloaks and sandals? You know what I mean? Like, where the fuck does this all fit?
Hey, Bill.
It explains it to you. Like, it's very much reminiscent, like the Fallout series with kids instead.
Okay.
Like it's a disconnected community that's not connected to the Empire or whatever the fuck it is. Like. And these people are living like really 1950s, like nuclear family lives. You know what I mean? And then you find out that it's like a weird, like government thing. And they're, you know, it's like an experiment. And that's why it's so disconnected. And the kids escape into the real universe. And they get exploited into the idea of what it's really all about. But it very much follows the more of like the Dash, like Pirates, Transport, Star Wars. I used to be an ex-Jedi, and now I'm like very Firefly, Serenity kind of like vibes.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's more in tune to like the earlier adolescent teenage kids show. Me and Brian were talking about this because of course, like sooner or later they have to like mend it into the universe. And we were talking about how like if we were gonna get some type of like, hey, if you wanted to get a cameo of a character, like who do you think would be a great cameo to bring into this? And of course, I think Brian and you would agree that Cal Kestis would be the greatest.
Dude, just
Yeah, he could do no wrong in the Star Wars universe. And I understand this wholeheartedly because I think Cal Kestis's job in the beginning of the Star Wars series was to find the younglings that were still out there, right? Yeah, so that was his thing, and that was also with the old lady that had the list of all the children, the one that the girl Ray J, or I don't know what her fucking name was in the Obi-Wan shows, the one that she gets of all the listing of all the kid Jedi characters that are supposed to be out in the universe somewhere. It was like an encyclopedia or like a Rolodex of kids that were out there. And
that's the list that Cal
is looking for, right?
Yeah.
I remember that being in. I hadn't played the games, but I remember that being like a big thing, and I liked that because the killing of the kids in the Star Wars universe was like the biggest fucking Nexus event in the Star Wars universe, right?
Yeah, dude, it was one of those things where like,
yeah, the What If series. What if Anakin didn't wipe these fucking kids out?
Yeah.
What if all these kids beat the fuck out of Anakin instead? That would be even funnier, dude. And they all went dark.
Or what if nothing got
biggest Star Wars what if those kids just joined Anakin and they were like, bet bro, we'll go with you and fucking wipe out these assholes. We don't like Yoda.
Yeah, right. What if they're just like, yo.
Yo, chill, dude. Just cool, dude.
What if you just train us?
Yeah. Be like, hey bro, I called you Master, Anakin. They don't even call you Master. They won't even give you that title. We love you, dude.
Yeah, dude. Fuck these guys.
Yeah, Yoda, I'm with you, dude, Master.
I'm taller than Yoda. And
everyone's like, Master, all the kids, Master. That would be fucking funny. I would love that show so hard. He's like, all right, kids. Then it's just Anakin standing in the thing, and then like all the little kids' Jedi lightsabers turn on, and you're like, holy fuck, this is about to get nuts, dude. I would love
honestly, you know what that makes me think of that Joe Rogan thing where he was just like, would you rather fight 100 12-year-olds or like 12 100-year-olds? And he's like, 112-year-olds.
112 heartbeat.
He was like, I'll fuck up. I was like, I'll fuck those kids up, dude. And he was like, but it's this many of them. He was like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna go down swinging on these kids, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, I thought my favorite cameo would be Ahmed Best as that guy, the Jedi. The one that was like saving kids at the end of the Grogu series with the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when he came out as the cool ass Jedi, like, what if he showed up to save these 4 kids? Because he like and of course Brian was like, man, fuck that dude. Why him? I would love Cal Kestis. And I was like, it's because this guy is synonymous in the Star Wars universe as being the guy who like takes care of the children. Right? He was in the Grogu show and he comes out and he saves Grogu and all that stuff. But the reason why they brought him was because he was the host of that adventure show. He was a host of that Disney Star Wars adventure show, Padawans. Like there was a show where they would do like the Lost Treasure. Me and Brian were talking about that weird show that they used to do on Nickelodeon where the kids would be in the fucking Indiana Jones TV show. They would have to like team up and do like I don't know, like a fucking. They would have to go through little trials and shit. Do you remember that? It was like a Nickelodeon show, right?
Yeah, it had a green slime, right? Oh, dude, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Temple of something. And Brian's like, dude, we watch that show and we drink and we do bets on that. I'm like, dude, that's a great idea, Brian. But he used to be the host. There you go, Johnny Jiu-Jitsu. What's up? Legends something, yeah. Legends of the Forgotten Temple or something like that, right?
Yeah, some shit.
So
like that.
He used to do a show like that with Padawans on the Disney show for Star Wars. Ahmed Best was the host of that show, and it was like Legends of the Temple. There you go. Good shit. What's up, Johnny? Good to see you, my dude. Like I said, Brian watches that because they still do some of the seasons, and he like drinks with his friends and they place bets on what team's gonna win. I think that's so G. That show used to be badass.
That
Well,
sounds
Ahmed
like something
Best was
rich people do.
it's all the rich people that go to
Yeah, just like smoking their Virginia Slims, like
drinking their Gentleman Jack, right? In a gold
their
cup.
brand,
gold
yeah,
rim cup.
in their brandies or something.
Their smoked whiskeys or whatever, dude. All the
Yeah.
crazy shit.
Mhm.
He used to host a show, and I forgot the name of the show, but he used to host one that was based on Star Wars with kids, and they could come in and compete against each other. And I just thought that would be a nice nod to that character since he's synonymous with that. And since his kids going on an adventure, he's the dude that saves these kids like when the adventure becomes a little too crazy. Because in this last episode, it got pretty wild. So last episode got pretty wild. The Jude Law character finally like bares his claws, shows his fangs, starts getting a little bit more Pirates of the Caribbean-ish. Yeah, so and it's not just like the kids fucking around being on a little fun adventure with him and him just being a supervisor adult. Like it got a little dark. And then we also got the first opportunity to see Jude Law drop a kind of like his own rendition of a saying that Qui-Gon said to Anakin when he was a child. So there's an idea that Jude Law used to maybe be a Padawan and then like exalted himself from the Jedi universe. And then not only that, we got our first watch of a lightsaber being in the treasure trove of the main Blackbeard or the One-Eyed Willie character. He had like a Jedi lightsaber in there. The show's fun. I don't know who can hate this. It's a kid's show. Like it's not really meant for us. We're not the audience, as we always say.
Yeah, not the target audience.
But it's fun. It's cool. It's very refreshing because of like what we've said about the Star Wars universe in the last couple of years, how it's been kind of flaking and stuff like that. I do believe we're on the ending of what our Star Wars should have been. And we're kind of like stepping into like the whole new, this is what Star Wars is going to be.
Yeah. And, you know, as much as we have our memories of Star Wars, we got to remember, dude, like this series is what, 50 years old?
Yeah, 100%. It's old.
You know, 76 or something like that is when it first came out. Yeah, dude. I mean, this is already like a 50-year-old series. Yeah. So, like, I mean, you know, like we can't expect that there won't be any kind of evolution to the story. You know, I'm sure fucking Joe Shuster and Jim, whatever the fuck, you know, when they invented Superman, thought that he was gonna be able to lift a book that literally had every page of everything that was ever going to happen ever across the multiverse.
100%.
And he was able to lift that with fucking Billy Batson.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, man. You know, it kind of sucks. There's a lot of us old school guys, Star Wars universe, that kind of expected and we're expecting for us to get our kind of like, you know, our send off on our Skywalker universe. And I kind of feel like it's far-fetched. Now that we've already ran into the last trilogies, like I feel like they're not going to go back and try to fix what they've already ruined. But I think it's cool to just kind of say like, hey man, maybe we could just turn the table on a whole new series and let like the whole new generation of people outside of the Skywalker universe, like let them run it, dude. Like let them run it. Let the old stuff die. Let the old guard die, and you know, let the new guys take it. They've already kind of taken it, and yeah, just stop reminiscing into the past and head to the future. And I feel like this series is very well put for a stepping stone in the right direction for the Star Wars universe going forward. Yeah. I guess. Right now, Skeleton Crew, in my opinion, I would give it like a high 7, mid-range high 7. I think it's pretty solid. I think it's a fun watch. Again, if you want to sit down with your wife, if you want to sit down with your kids, if you have children, and you don't want to worry about something being too out of place for children to watch, this is a perfect show. Enough entertainment, enough comedy. The kids are relatable. The story is fun. All the characters are really cool and out of this world, sci-fi-ish. Very reminiscent of the Goonies. Very reminiscent of Lost in Space. All those movies back, the Last Explorer, and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty much. Triggs, what do you got planned for the rest of the week, my man?
So. I did not mention this, but as people can tell, my
bad batch.
My background looks
different.
You know, looks different.
Damn, you guys moved again.
We did.
Oh Jesus, dude!
Yeah,
You guys are good. Is it a apartment or house or what do you guys at?
This is a house, dude.
Yeah, baby boy, that's
Dude,
nice.
this house is massive.
Beautiful, awesome. Well, congratulations,
Yeah,
dude. Congratulations.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, her and I both have our own office, 3 stories, just huge fucking place, bro.
3 stories.
Huge.
Damn.
Yeah.
The garage is on the 3rd story or what?
No. Yeah.
Comes in the elevator and shit.
Yeah, no, that's where we have our revolving sushi bar.
Yeah. Our live-in Asian person, dude, for no reason.
Yeah.
We don't feed him though.
Yeah. He feeds us. But like I said, I moved, so like her and I have been hard charging for like the past week. I've been working, she's been working, and we're just, dude, we're exhausted, bro.
Yeah.
Exhausted.
Understand.
And like when I got here, I was just like, fuck, man, like I need to make the show, blah blah blah, and just wanted to make sure that like we got everything together.
Dope. Good stuff. Well, congratulations, guys, man. Congratulations.
Yep.
For me, back to training. Moldrick, Mike in the comment section, and Johnny Jiu-Jitsu are in the comment section. Thank you guys for opening your doors to us this week. They own a gym in Sherry. It's called CSI. Fucking nice gym, awesome location, right next to Cimarron, dude. It's super nice area. So yeah, man, be able to see my guys. I hadn't seen them since Thanksgiving, so I got to see a lot of my students. Warm in my heart, my family. I get to see them, and I get to hang out with these guys and get to know them and expand my family. I'm super happy about it. So I can't wait to see you guys, man, again this week. And yeah, everything's been going pretty solid, bro. Into the video game world. Don't forget Helldivers. If the Illuminants are on the rise, don't forget to take them out. Don't forget the daily due diligence of spreading democracy, baby. I don't know. Are you?
Nah, man. So actually, speaking of video games, dude, Steam sale I believe ends next week, and Spider-Man 2 I think comes out on the 25th of January for Steam? PC. Yeah, Steam? On Steam.
Nice, dude. Nice. Good shit.
Yeah, so I need to finish up Miles Morales before I do all that.
For gaming on PC, I was telling the boys, there's this game that just dropped beta, Delta Force. Battlefield 2042, a lot better, less glitchy, fun. They have about 5-6 maps. The Warzone variation of it, which is just attack and defend, is very fun. The weapon experience is very good. Of course, just like every other game, it's a lot of hacking, and there's games that are just gonna hack. But this game is like consistent every week. They're banning like thousands of people. They're fucking catching people hacking all the time. So like they're in the betas. They're really pushing it. Unlike I heard real bad shit about Warzone this past week, Call of Duty 6 or whatever, that the hacking is like fucking bad, dude. And like someone just released a video on I don't know, it's like Twitch or Twitter or whatever, or like on Threads or something, where they were showing that one of the hacking systems that they're using has the ability to send like 100 complaints against one person. And they can instantly shadow ban characters off of the hack. They can just instantly shadow ban other people, because once you maximize the notifications at 100, it instantly shadow bans people. And it's part of hacks now.
Wow.
Like they can literally DDoS your account. Not DDoS, because it's not really giving your information, but they're doxing your fucking video game account. Then they can get it instantly shadow banned like in a heartbeat. So like if you claim against someone with Ricochet and they get the notification like that you've been banned for hacking, and the person goes back and reads and captures who like might have banned him, they can instantly get that person banned also. Like it's bad, dude. Like Activision's in real bad shape right now. It's in really bad shape. I gotta get you, Mike. I gotta get you on Delta, man, for sure, brother.
And that's because I've actually been really
wanting to get back into Call of Duty, right?
No, actually into WoW again.
Oh, into WoW?
Yeah.
Damn, bro, wanting to go old school. Jeez, that's awesome though. That's awesome. I'm one of my guys that plays WoW, and he's done like
speaking of Activision Blizzard,
Yeah, 100%. But like I said, Delta Force free, ready to go, really cool. If you're into zombies, Vayne still in the beta, free. 2 guys are designing it, really good game. Helldivers, always a kill. And I just got Arma Reforger 2, which is the next iteration of Arma. I love Arma. You already know me, dude. I'm always into that shit. And yeah, so I hope you guys are doing super good. We hope that you're having a great week. We hope that you bring in the new year the way that you need to, and it's in a positive way. We're about to jump into 2025, baby. New year, new me, whatever you want to do with yourself, whatever resolution you got, go at it 100%. Triggs, New Year's resolution, fucking live.
Yeah, survive.
Survive.
Move forward in my career.
Good shit. Good shit. Yeah, the Ricochet anti-sheet's bad. It's the anti-sheet. What? Say it again. Say it one more time, Triggs. I need to hear you say that shit with some baby.
Move forward in my career. You know, I've been really, really heavy on like a big like mixology kick. Or not kick, but like leaning more heavily into like mixology. I've been putting together my own home bar. You know where I'm at. Because my new house has a home bar in it. So like I was already putting together some of this anyway. So the fact that I have one now, like I'm really, really like leaning forward into it. And so, I mean, I've already been on like the mixology side of my industry for like almost 2 years now. And now like that I'm really, really ingrained in it, I'm kind of wanting to like move forward even further into like bar management and leading mixologies. And, you know, yeah, man, I'm kind of just sniffing around, seeing what's out there, you know, seeing, you know, if I can, you know, expand my career or move forward in it.
Good shit. Good shit, man. That sounds good. Hit it hard, baby. Hit it hard. My New Year's resolution for the Emperor. That's it. For the Emperor.
Spreading that democracy, dude.
Yeah, spreading the democracy and for the Emperor, baby. You guys have a good show. Thank you guys so much, Triggs. I'm glad you're able to make it. I know you were running around. So I appreciate you. Brian, if you're out there, bro, we love you. We hope you're doing good and you're safe and you're having a good night. Johnny, thank you guys so much. Moldrick, thank you guys for jumping in. Mike, jumping in the show with us as usual. And everybody else that was in the comment section, we appreciate you. To all our extraordinary listeners, we thank you, always coming in and supporting us and jumping in the conversation, having a great time. We appreciate every one of you. We hope you guys have a happy new year and go into 2025 positive, blessed, and ready to kick 25's ass, baby. We'll see you guys. Have a good weekend. Or a good week, actually. Laters.